Hello. It is your number one investigative soda journalist, Inspector Soda. Just a little disclaimer before I make this video.
I am not suicidal. I do not want to harm myself in any way, shape, or form. If I do show up dead, if I do end up dead, it was not by my own doing, and people were sent after me.
As you can tell, reality has been fractured. And that is because of what I call the soda theory. You might be asking, what's the soda theory? That sounds silly. That sounds ridiculous. What kind of theory could there be about soda? Well, let me entice your mind with some crazy knowledge. So let's take it way back. Soda is not what you think it is. Everyone thinks, oh, soda started with root beer and Coke in the 1800s, and they used to put cocaine in it because it was medicine. Yeah. No. Cut that out. It's not true. Soda is something that we rediscovered as humans. You know, in the last 5-10 years, people like Joe Rogan and Lex Friedman have brought awareness to ancient civilizations and the potential of rediscovered technology within these dig sites and these newly discovered. They like to talk about things like UFOs or the technology that built the pyramids, or water, plumbing, whatever. One thing they always leave out is the discovery of ceramic soda bottles with a sugary syrup fossilized substance on the inside. You know, people like Graham Hancock and people at NASA, you know, they like to ignore the facts that are put in front of their faces, that soda is an ancient technology and could potentially be the backbone of what we know as society today. Think about the eras of humans when we know for a fact that we didn't have soda. Think about how awful all of those times seem, you know, unruly kings and, you know, lots of death and plague and sickness, and it was not a fun time for people. But, you know, once we started going back to our roots and drinking soda, things started getting better. You know, we invented the automobile, we invented guns, good or bad. We invented electricity and lights and automated systems and computers, and we ended segregation. No, we didn't. It's still here. Gotta do something about that. Inspector Soda's on the case. And, you know, we went to the moon and all of these things once soda was reintroduced to the average human's diet. Once it was accessible to all of us again, things got better. I don't think that's a coincidence. Guys like Joe Rogan and I don't fucking know. Joe Rogan be like, I think they use flutes to lift the stones with sonic wave frequencies that bounce off the ground and pick up the rocks, and then they can redirect them with the change of a note. And that's how they built the pyramids. My theory is that they gave them all endless Diet Cokes and Dr. Peppers, and they built the fuck out of those pyramids. They got it done. They figured it out. They said 600-ton brick, no problem. We got DC and DP. Just trust me on this one, guys. I didn't go to college for more than, a year, and that was community college, and I spent most of it smoking weed and playing Nintendo Switch in the parking lot. Awesome. So you gotta trust me on this one. But I think my evidence is very concrete, and it's just something that seems to have been overlooked throughout the years. Everyone's looking for a grand answer of, how we are, why we are, who we are. I think it's all simplified, it's not everything has to be aliens and God and spaceships and stars, and sometimes it's just soda. Sometimes we gotta break it down and it's just soda. Simple as that. And with this evidence, I think back to my own experiences and the journey through my career as the #1 investigative journalist on all things soda, and it just reinforces it. Everything I've ever had with soda has been nothing but amazing. It's got me this job, it's got me this beautiful channel, it's got me so many things, and I met my wife through soda, I met my best friend through soda, and I can't give this thing enough gratitude. I can't give this thing enough credit. It's done more than anything or anyone ever has for me in my life. I think that the Bible was corrupted and rewritten by soda haters who didn't want the message of soda to be something that was passed down through generations and formed, who we are. I think soda was lost in translation. I think soda was lost through our inability to be thankful for it, and it's something that we took for granted, and it's something that we went without, and we suffered for it for such a long time. And I start to see this resurgence in the last 10 or 20 years that, soda's bad for you, we need to stop drinking soda, we gotta start drinking coconut water and matchas and all this bullshit. But we all know what we want, and we won't let ourselves have it. And how cruel is that we let these people brainwash us into thinking that we don't know what we want. And this is the real message of soda. Soda perseveres, soda builds, soda breaks, soda does everything. Soda is one, and soda is all. It's ones, it's zeros, it's nothing, it's everything. It's wide, it's thin, it's large, it's small, it comes in every shape and size and flavor and color and variation by variation. It's great every time. It's cheap, it's affordable, it's accessible, it's everywhere you go. It's on the TV, it's on billboards. I don't get it, I think the soda theory is something that needs to be looked into. I think it's something that is being purposely ignored to fit the narrative of all these rich moguls who want to tell you that there were dinosaurs and that's why we have oil for our cars. So what does that have to do with one or the other? I think that the attention on soda has been diverted purposefully for one reason or another, and that's what I'm trying to get to the bottom of. So please leave your comments down below if you have any evidence or knowledge of what I'm talking about.